Serving all of San Diego, this is your Fox 5 News.
Okay, so do the sales at the mall seem more enticing than ever this time of year? Do they? Do you find yourself drawn to them a little bit more and able to stop your spending? Psychologist Dr. Rachel Goldenhar is here, helping us to kind of maybe pinpoint what makes a compulsive shopper and the dangers that it can cause. Doctor, good morning. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks.
Okay, there's a fine line, I guess, between really serious compulsive shopping and a problem, just people who just enjoy the shopping. Yes?
Yes, that is true. I mean, we all love to shop. I mean, not all of us, but many of us enjoy buying something nice for ourselves or buying a gift for somebody else. And, you know, we get kind of a high from it. It makes us feel good. It's a good feeling when you get something that you enjoy. The problem is when you use that as your coping skill for feeling good all the time, and what ends up happening is you're shopping to feel good and get that high. And what inevitably starts happening when you're shopping is you're spending a lot of money and you get yourself into financial trouble, and then you are going to be feeling some guilt, some shame, some embarrassment when you're getting yourself into financial difficulties.
And that creates kind of that vicious cycle we talked about.
That's exactly right. So you shop again and you get yourself into this vicious cycle.
I want to know how people can tell whether or not they have a problem, because a lot of folks, maybe if they're having a bad day, they don't feel great, they'll go out, spend a couple bucks and makes themselves feel a little bit better. But at what point does it get to the point where it's a problem and you have to maybe recognize it?
Right. And when it gets to be a problem, if you are noticing that you're thinking about shopping all the time and you're thinking about when am I going to shop, where am I going to shop, and you're trying to cover it up from your loved ones and your friends and your family, that's starting to be a sign. And when you're noticing you can't pay your bills, that you've spent too much money shopping, and also you're just noticing that it's taking up so much time. You may have so many clothes in your closet with tags on them that you've never worn.
Yeah, I saw this as part of what you were talking about, and the fact that your closet is, if you still have clothes that have the tags on them, you've never worn them, that's a sign.
That is a sign. And sometimes if you're going to the store and you just want one or two things and you're coming home with bags of merchandise, and you just don't realize that you had no control over stopping, that's a problem.
Okay, we actually had a story, I think it was last week, where it was the strategy that stores, supermarkets have to get the shoppers to get things they didn't mean to buy, placing them and doing the displays. The impact of sales, discounts, and displays and that kind of thing on the shopper, what does that do to, I guess, to affect our addiction, if you will, with the shopping?
Right. We have to be aware that stores are using those tactics to get us to buy. And a lot of us are shopping in a daze. We are not thinking, we're just in, and especially during the holiday time, it's fun. It's a lot of fun being at the mall, but think about what you're doing. Ask yourself, do I really need this? Do I want this, or do I need this? And stop yourself and kind of take yourself out of that daze so you're not doing that impulse buy. And sometimes give yourself 24 hours to make the decision to buy it. At least 24 hours, so you don't buy it right away.
You mentioned that there is a shopping high that you get from this, that you get from the bargains, from the discounts. So how do you fight the shopping high to be practical and think to yourself, maybe I don't need this, maybe I wait, because it's hard to battle that other, it's a powerful emotion and want to buy this stuff.
Absolutely. You need to have a plan when you go shopping.
Before you go.
Absolutely. Like you do when you go to the grocery store. Have a list and stick to your list, and maybe take along a trusted friend or someone that can kind of keep you in line. And just have in mind that you're going to buy a certain amount of things. Think about your budget and how much you want to spend. If there's something that catches your eye, again, think about it before you buy it. Give yourself a little bit of time before you buy it. Also, don't hang out at the mall just when you're bored and when you're lonely, because it's so tempting. Try and find some other fun activities you can do.
You mentioned you don't want to get left out of possible good deals. I have this little conversation with my wife all the time where she says, this thing that costs $100, it's on sale 40% off. What a great deal. And I say, yeah, but that's still $60 I was never going to spend to begin with.
Absolutely. So it's human nature. It's human nature to feel like you want to get a good deal. You don't want to be left out on that deal. And you just have to remind yourself, you're still spending money. Just because you're getting the good deal, you're still spending that money. So stop yourself, be mindful, be present, and say, do I really need this? And where am I going to put it in my house?
Exactly.
Think about that too.
Running out of space. I'm very cheap, so I don't help either, but still. Okay, what can we do to stop ourselves, to maybe help out if you recognize some of these symptoms in yourself? What can we do to help?
Well, again, making that list, to have a plan. If you notice that you're out of control, you can get help. There are support groups. You can talk to somebody, a professional counselor counselor about it, because often what's happening is we're using it to get that high. We're feeling lonely or sad or scared or anxious, and we're thinking, I want to feel good, I don't want to feel these feelings. Shopping makes me feel good, let me go shop. So they're getting at the root at what's behind some of that, some of those feelings, sometimes helps us kind of get away from doing those behaviors that get us in trouble.
I like the idea of making a list and preparing before you go out. Give yourself some sort of a demerit if you get something and you weren't supposed to, like a little bad. And bring a friend. I like to bring a friend who's kind of on board with you and kind of controlling your spending a little bit.
Yes,
otherwise known as a husband.
Yeah. Exactly, always.
Doctor, thank you so much. A lot of folks are going out there, you know, be smart when you spend. We had our financial guy here saying, you know what, spend cash.
Yes, that's the other thing, very important. Credit cards are so important. Credit cards actually are so easy to spend with, and if you bring cash, it's much harder. The other thing is stay away from the TV home shopping networks and stay away from the internet shopping. That's another good strategy. It's so much easier.
Click.
And if you're going to go window shop, go when the stores are closed. That's another idea. So.
Okay, Dr. Goldenhar, good advice. Everybody, please be careful. It's the holidays. You don't want to get in over your head when January comes around. So thank you for your advice. We appreciate it. Erica, over to you.
All right, thank you. You got to make that list. Check it twice. Make the list. Stay to it. Absolutely.